Since 2017, I have been in professional billing, certified, experienced in the world, and working tickets day to day. But the thing is, I'm just now understanding it. Not memorizing it, not surviving it, but finally understanding it. So if you're a PB analyst feeling like you should know way more by now, this video is for you. Hey everyone, I am Britt Johnson. Welcome back to the Professional Billing channel. I help new and growing PB analysts understand Epic, from claims to billing to day-to-day troubleshooting without the overwhelm. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and leave a comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe this video and share with any fellow PB analysts you think could benefit from this channel. So I'm going to say something that I would have never admitted 6 months ago. Being completely vulnerable here, but that is the purpose of this channel, is to show you how I'm growing as an analyst and to help you grow as an analyst. 6 months ago, I was getting by. I was not getting better. I was closing tickets, but I couldn't confidently tell you the full flow behind them. And on paper, I looked really experienced, but internally, I was a weak analyst. I was tired. I was getting so tired of feeling that way. And the thing that I realized is a lot of us in PB are not always trained to fully understand the system. We're trained to memorize it. Oh, you're going to click here. Oh, you're just going to add this item to this record. Oh, you're going to run this report. Nobody really slows down and teaches you the flow, the full ecosystem of Epic, and how things upstream from the minute the patient calls to schedule an appointment can affect what you get in your ticket queue as a billing analyst. And what happens with just memorizing the system is you become really fast, but then that creates faulty work. And then you do a lot of band-aid fixes. You're not really trained to look for the root cause. I was just, again, so tired of feeling like that because I didn't even want to log on in the morning. I was so overwhelmed with tickets, and it took me until like recently to figure out why I was so overwhelmed with tickets. I was overwhelmed because I didn't understand what I was doing. I was just trying to find where the fix goes. I wasn't acknowledging like, okay, what broke in the flow from the patient call to schedule their appointment until that ticket got to me. Something upstream broke for that ticket to come into my queue. I was not putting that together. And I want to pause right here. If you're watching this and you are an experienced PB analyst, this channel might sound elementary to you. That's cool. This might not be for you. I'm here to help the newer PB analysts and the PB analysts who are in the same boat as me, where we weren't necessarily taught the entire ecosystem of Epic and how things work as a whole, the big picture. So this might not benefit you. This is for analysts who want to become stronger, not analysts who know everything. Just putting that out there. I hope that didn't sound too harsh. So I got tired of feeling like that, and I made a decision. Instead of rushing to fix my tickets, because we all know when those tickets come in, the pressure is on. You got your managers, we got to get these tickets closed. You got the clients, can I get an update on my ticket? What's the status on my ticket? When is this going to be resolved? Can I get an ETA? Like, the pressure is for real, y'all. I get it. So instead of rushing to fix those tickets, I started slowing down. It was a change because I was so used to moving so fast and kind of set in my ways with the band-aid fixes that I was doing. But I was so tired of feeling the way I was feeling. I was like, I've got to make a change. If I want to be a better analyst, if I want to feel better about myself when I'm doing my work and have confidence, I got to start slowing down. I got to start looking at upstream workflows. I need to understand the Epic ecosystem. No, I don't need to become a SME for all of the other applications, but I do need to understand what each of them do and how their workflows affect billing. Because after all, we're not the ones creating the charges or the encounters. We're the ones receiving all of that. So again, if something breaks in the upstream workflows, that is why, that is why you get a ticket. Sometimes you do get a ticket that's straight up billing related. But everything works together, right? Teamwork makes the dream work, if you want to think of it that way. So I started asking better questions, like where did this start? What record actually controls this? Things like that. And I stopped just living in PB. I took off those blinders and I started looking at every aspect of Epic, trace the step backwards, and see how that ticket came into my queue. And I tell you what, I literally had a moment. I was working a ticket after a week or so of like, we're slowing down, we're gonna approach things different. And I literally I had my notebook and I threw it down and I was like, oh my God, that is how you fix this. This is why this happened. And I walked around my living room and I'm just like, it took you that long to figure this out. Part of me, I felt super accomplished. The other part of me, I was like very frustrated with myself. But I will tell you, my troubleshooting and my investigating have improved tremendously. I am so much more confident to be pulled into a meeting or to attend a meeting because I have a background on how the system works. Instead of before, I would get into meetings and sometimes be the only PV analyst in that meeting and be asked a question, and I'd pause for like a minute because I didn't know, and then it was, you might be talking on mute, and I'm like, and I would have to do, well, I'm not sure how to answer your question. Let me take it as a follow up and I'll get back to you. I was tired of doing that because I was always doing that. I always had follow ups because I had to go back out on Galaxy and research it when I knew that I should have known, these simple questions. I should have known the answers to these simple questions. And now I have found myself so much more confident. And if you are like me, I work with Community Connect, so I have multiple clients and I am always doing project work. So I'm not just involved with like an office manager. I'm involved with like directors and vice presidents and like higher leadership. So since I've slowed down and changed the way I approach my tickets and took the time to understand the full flow of Epic, I have been so much more confident in those meetings. It's it sounds it sounds like a duh, just be slow, but I'm telling you, you know how easy it is to get into a groove to where you're just panicking about having all of these tickets in your queue and you have to close them out. So you result to the band-aid work, working fast, ending up getting that same ticket back in your queue a week later because something else broke because you didn't fix the whole issue. So my troubleshooting, my investigating has improved. My communication with my clients has improved. My confidence in meetings has improved, and in collaborations. I just Something as simple as taking a deep breath, slowing down, taking the time to understand the other applications, what they're responsible for, and how it can impact billing is going to tremendously improve you as an analyst. I am proof. It is possible. I understand that there's a lot of pressure sometimes with being a PB analyst. And if you are like me working Community Connect, there's a lot more pressure because you have not just one service area, but you're supporting multiple service areas, multiple clients. Okay. And you might get between your clients, you might get the same issue, but you don't realize it's the same issue because everybody words it different. Everybody has their own explanation or what they put in their descriptions in the ticket. And so that's going to have you spiraling. But once you slow down and understand the ecosystem, you're going to start realizing, like, oh, client A explained the same issue. She explained it this way, but client B explained it this way. They sound completely different, but I know it's the same thing and I know how to fix it, why it happened, and how to keep it from happening again. My mission here with this channel, again, is to help the new PB analysts and existing PB analysts grow in their analyst work. And the biggest advice that I have for you, and you will hear me talk about this over and over and over, is understanding the epic flow, understanding the ecosystem. Because there are things in scheduling like visit types. Certain visit types can create certain charges. Certain clinical documentation can create certain charges or certain behavior. And if you don't know that, you are going to be investigating forever. You're going to be working a ticket for a long time. Now, I've been there. I have spent hours on one ticket, and when I finally figured out the fix, and it was something as simple as all I needed to an item was missing in a record, something as simple as that, you're going to feel defeated because you spent so much time trying to figure out what's wrong to find out that it's just one item that was missing in a record. When if you just slow down and take the time to learn the epic ecosystem, the flow, you would have realized that much quicker. So don't feel hard on yourself if right now you're in that space of like, oh, it is taking me a long time to figure out tickets, or oh, it did take me hours to figure out this ticket, and yeah, I only had to update this item. Do not feel bad. You can't go back in the past, but you can move forward. Start taking the time to investigate, investigate other workflows, talk with other team members. If you're, I don't know how all organizations work, but you should have good communication or some communication with the other applications. Um, Reach out to them. Just be like, hey, just curious, when you have time, can you explain, when you do this in your application, like what happens? Like, what does that trigger? Just start conversations, start learning the ecosystem. And I promise you, you are going to improve so much as an analyst and have so much more confidence in yourself. It's unreal. Now, I'm not the perfect analyst yet. I am still learning. This is real time. We're doing this together. I'm not sitting here to act like I know everything and I'm the best PB analyst out there. But I can tell you this, I understand more than I ever did 6 months ago because I slowed down and took the time to learn the flow. And that's why I made this channel, because I haven't mastered anything yet. I want to be a guide for you. I want to go first and show you like it can be done and give you those tips and tricks and help you actually understand it. Because sometimes Epic is not explained in the best way. Like when I was in my certification class, I had a lot of moments where I was like I was not comprehending anything. It was going in one ear and out the other, and I was just like, what are they talking about? Like, what are they talking about? Um, I don't think I'm the only one who feels that Epic can explain things in a weird way. I think part of it's intentional because they really want you to put your critical thinking cap on, but at the same time, to me personally, and I love my job. I love working for Epic, or I don't work for Epic, but I'm an Epic analyst. I love it, but sometimes I just feel like it's overkill. Like, okay, I get it. I'm trying to learn how to critical, or you want me to critical think, whatever. But like, come on, man. Um, so I want to be here to explain Epic to you in a super simple way. It might sound elementary at times, but I think sometimes we need that. We just need a super simple way of understanding Epic in bits and pieces. That way, we're not thinking of Epic as like a million different actions. We're thinking of it as a flow. That has helped me, like, that's made things click for me. So that's why I started this channel. I am by no means an expert. I am not the best PB analyst in the entire world, but I have found the resolution to the problem of feeling overwhelmed with tickets, and that's just to slow down and understand the flow. If this hits for you, stay here. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share this channel. I have so much more coming for you guys. I'm working on a PB playbook that will really simplify the PB workflow for you and help you approach your tickets with ease and reduce that overwhelm. Thank you all for watching this. Be on lookout for my next video, and I hope you all have a great day. This fucking went out on me, didn't it?